Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this Wednesday edition of Thoroughbred Action, start of Pegasus Week here at Gulfstream Park. Jason Blewett joining you from our resident wind tunnel here. It's a breezy Wednesday, but you know what? I am tan, rested, and ready. I hope you're cool, calm, and collected, and we've got 11 races coming your way as we send it on up. The track announcer, Pete Aiello.
Pegasus Week is upon us here in South Florida with 11 races in total today. A fast main track, a firm turf course, and a partly cloudy sky. Temperatures in the mid-70s. First of the day over the turf at 1 mile. Claimers in for $16,000. A field of 9 signed on. The off-time favorite was number 8, Don't Overlook. Racing at Gulfstream. Pretty level beginning. Mr. Pinocchio, the first to break the line. Up on the outside, Snake Oil Charlie is showing speed. Don't Overlook looking for some forward position. In between horses is the gray False Accusation in the charge to the first turn. Taking the worst of it 5 or 6 deep here is Don't Overlook, floated wide by False Accusation and Snake Oil Charlie as Mr. Pinocchio holds the inside lane. Mosca is 5th behind the embattled top 4, then back to On Cruise Control. At the inside is Grand King of Kings racing 3rd last, Without Remorse is 2nd last, and Tide of the Desert brings up the rear through a 23-3 opening quarter. Down the backstretch they go. Romero Mirage and Mr. Pinocchio on top now by about a half a length. In between horses, False Accusation is 2nd. Don't Overlook has plotted a wide course to this point. He's racing in 3rd now. Back at the inside in Mosca from 4th. Snake Oil Charlie gets the shuffle. On Cruise Control is still about 4 lengths off the lead. Then Grand King of Kings and Without Remorse. And the trailer is Tide of the Desert. 47-2 for a half-mile speed as they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Up front, Mr. Pinocchio by a nose. Up on the outside, it's the gray False Accusation 2nd. Saya's giving the green light to Don't Overlook. On his back is On Cruise Control. Without Remorse is 5 wide. Grand King of Kings looks for some place to go and finds his best ride. Off the turn and the stretch drive. Many chances here. It's now on the inside, Mr. Pinocchio. Into the clear, Grand King of Kings. Don't Overlook just at a 1 pace as Grand King of Kings is the one storming home to take the lead. Late on the scene is Tide of the Desert on the far outside. But to the wire, Grand King of Kings gets the win. Up second was Tide of the Desert. It's a very close photo after that in 136-2. 8-1 upsetter to start the card as number 1, Grand King of Kings, looked like he had horse turning for home and proved it in the lane under jockey Jose Bautista for trainer Victor Barboza Jr. and the Grand Poyo stable. Second, number 6, Tide of the Desert. And third was number 3, Mr. Pinocchio. We move now to the second race of the afternoon. The second race starts the early pick 4 today. Claimers in for $6,250. These are fillies and mares. A field of 7. The favorites were the Barn Mates, number 5, Danessa Again, and number 6, First Distinction. And they're off. Danessa Again was away smoothly. Gracias Adios on the outside, and First Distinction wants to be offensive-minded. So the 2 favorites land 1-2 with the leader Danessa Again 3 parts of length. Barn Buddy First Distinction is right on her outside. Second from Gracias Adios in 3rd. From between horses, that's Gucci Gucci Girl. Fame Galore is at the rail. The 2 at the back are Glotanassa and Italian Smile. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. And up front, Calabrese and Safi Joseph, 1-2. With the advantage, Danessa Again by a neck. First Distinction on the outside is 2nd. 2 back to Fame Galore, who is inside of Gracias Adios. Then Gucci Gucci Girl ahead of Glotanassa. Italian Smile is last with a 1/4 mile left to go. First Distinction makes her bid for the top, and she puts a neck on top. Danessa Again cuts the corner and battles on 2nd into the clear. Fame Galore 3rd. 3/16 to go. It's First Distinction trying to fend off Fame Galore on the outside. First Distinction with the lead by a length and a 1/4. Fame Galore lunging on the outside, these 2. It's First Distinction clear. Fame Galore is 2nd best to First Distinction, who wins by a length and a half. Up 3rd, Glotanassa, and 4th was Italian Smile, then Danessa Again in 105 flat. Number 6, First Distinction, wears down pace partner and barnmate Danessa Again and holds off Fame Galore to get the victory under jockey Luis Saez, Safi Joseph Jr. and Frank Calabrese. Second 2, Fame Galore. Third was the 4, Glotanassa. We'll be right back.
One of the world's most anticipated thoroughbred racing events of the year returns. The 3rd annual Pegasus World Cup Invitational at Gulfstream Park in South Florida. drawing competition from around the world with a $16 million purse split between 2 Grade 1 races. On the dirt and on the turf. Experience the incredible fashion, spectacular world-class service and entertainment, and the unrivaled adrenaline of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational. Saturday, January 26th at Gulfstream Park. Get your tickets now at PegasusWorldCup.com.
Back now for the third race of the afternoon, 1 mile over the main track. Maiden Claimers in for a $20,000 asking price. A field of 6, heavily favored. Number 2, the Mighty Judge. And they're off. It was a smooth beginning. Piece of Cord shows first. The Mighty Judge looking to get into some forward position. Up on the outside is Station Rock. From between horses, Cause for Pardon. Even Amy's already part of the top flight. Moving up now is Cold Truth. And now dropping to last is Cause for Pardon, but only 3 lengths off the lead of Piece of Cord. Out of the chute and onto the main course, it's Piece of Cord who leads by a neck. In the 2-path, the Mighty Judge is there second. On the outside, Amy's already is third. Cold Truth in the 3-path races into third now, ahead of Cause for Pardon. Then now back to back is Station Rock. The opening quarter very controlled here with 5 furlongs left to go. Advantage to Piece of Cord by about a half a length. In the 2-path is the favorite, the Mighty Judge second. Cold Truth on his outside third. 4 wide fourth is Amy's Artie. Back to fifth is Cause for Pardon. And now asked to be ridden along at the back is Station Rock as they round the far turn. Cold Truth going to make the Mighty Judge move right now. And these two only a neck apart and a half length behind Piece of Cord with 3 furlongs left to go. These 3 have gone 5 ahead of Amy's Artie and Cause for Pardon. But Piece of Cord has something up the sleeve here. Piece of Cord past the 5/16, now at the quarter mile pole, leads by a length and a half. Cold Truth is second. The Mighty Judge trying to straighten up and go on with it. He's yet to do either as they straighten for home. It's still Piece of Cord the one to get. Piece of Cord leads by 2.5. From between horses, the Mighty Judge is second. Down the outside and Cold Truth third. Final 1/8 of a mile, Piece of Cord has the lead. The Mighty Judge going to try to come up the inside lane in deep stretch. It's Piece of Cord in front. The Mighty Judge a final push, but Piece of Cord springs the upset. The Mighty Judge was second and Cold Truth ran third. Number 2, the Mighty Judge just didn't bring his best stuff. The maiden diploma goes to the 1, Piece of Cord. And a bit of an upset here today under jockey Carlos Olivero. He was in front every step of the journey for Luis Duco and Farfellow Farms. 2, the Mighty Judge was second ahead of the 3, Cold Truth, who ran third. We move now to the 4th race of the afternoon. Fillies and Mares take to the firm turf course at 1 mile and a 16th. Claimers in for $16,000. Off-time favorites included the 2, Athira, and the 4, Barrica. And they're off. From the center, it's Venezuelan Forever who gets the first call. Rain in Spain is up to challenge far outside. Miss Sophia Star trying to work over, racing ahead of Barrica. In tight and a bit keyed up is Untouchable You. She's on heels and slamming on the brakes. Out wide on the course, Voila La Victoire. Then Athira as Rain in Spain just checked off heels. And the trailer is Big Darling. Around the first turn they go. Venezuelan Forever made the lead and leads 3 parts of a length. On the outside now second is Miss Sophia Star. Tucked in at the inside is Barrica. She's in a very good position early with Untouchable You on her outside. 3 wide and Voila La Victoire. Gap of 2 to Rain in Spain, who broke with the leaders but has now dropped 4 lengths off the lead. Athira's at the rail. The trailers remain Swapple and Big Darling. 23 and 4 for an opening quarter speed. Down the backstretch they go. At 5-2, Venezuelan Forever and Irad Ortiz Jr. lead the way 3 parts of a length. On the outside is Miss Sophia Star from second. 3 wide, Voila La Victoire. Barrica kept close while 4th ahead of Untouchable You 5th. Athira starts to make ground while 6th. 7th is Rain in Spain. Swapple is 8th and Big Darling is 9th and last behind a 47 and 3/2 mile. Inside 3 furlongs from home, Venezuelan Forever now has a clear advantage. Barrica starts to launch an attack while second. Wide on the course, Voila La Victoire. Athira is going to follow Barrica's cue and Swapple's going to follow her. 3 quarters, 111 and 3. They're at the top of the stretch. Here's the challenge for Barrica on the outside. And Barrica now challenges Venezuelan Forever over the top and Athira. These 3 have kicked well clear of the others. Athira tries to get Barrica. Barrica has the lead. Athira one more time. Barrica, Athira, Athira, Barrica. Barrica won it. Athera second, Venezuelan Forever third. They were well clear of Swapple, who ran fourth. Then Big Darling and Rain in Spain at 141 and 4.
Favorites run 1-2 in today's fourth race, with number 4 Barica coming away with the victory, giving Luis Saez his second winner of the afternoon. This one for Armando de la Cerda and the Midwest Thoroughbreds. 2 Athera ran second ahead of the 5 Venezuelan Forever, who ran third. We move now to the fifth race of the afternoon. Maiden Claimers at 1 mile. Price tag here $12,500. Blinkers on 4, Stuck With You. 8 to the gate. The favorite on the major class drop, number 5 Max Q.
And they're off. Smooth beginning for Lucky Leo and a smooth beginning for the big favorite Max Q. From between that duo is Stuck With You. La Leyenda's at the inside and outside looking in's on the far outside. So as they link up with the main course, it's jockey Brian Hernandez Jr. who puts Max Q into play early, and Max Q leads the way. Stuck With You second, Lucky Leo is third, outside looking in fourth. Back to fifth is Fightin' Irish Tabit, then La Leyenda and El Commendatore. Opening quarter was 24 seconds flat. Down the backstretch they go. Stuck With You and Angel Rodriguez put a neck in front. Lucky Leo toward the inside is now second. Max Q is back to third. 2 back to fourth running, outside looking in. Then it's Fightin' Irish Tabit. 2 clear of La Leyenda, who in turn is 2 in front of El Commendatore. And out the back door is Canaris. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn. Here's the rebid from Max Q. And Max Q through a 46 and 4 half mile puts a neck on top. Lucky Leo tries to run with him from second. Back to third and Stuck With You. Driven fourth is outside looking in. Then Fightin' Irish Tabit. Trying to run home a bit is La Leyenda with less than 5/16 to go. Brian Hernandez Jr. and Max Q now have a clear advantage of a length and a half. Lucky Leo is second. Outside looking in. Begins to respond to Mirage's urging. He's on the outside third from the back, and La Leyenda top of the lane, 3/4, 111 and 3. Max Q now an eighth of a mile from home and 4 on top. Fightin' Irish Tabit splits horses down the center. La Leyenda from between horses, it's outside looking in. But 3 to 5 is easy money on Max Q, who responds to the major class drop with a 5-length win. La Leyenda was second, outside looking in third, then Fightin' Irish Tabit in 137 and 3.
Especially when dealing with maidens of the bottom-level variety, class droppers usually rule in this division, and that was the case here with number 5, Max Q, who responds to the major class drop with a very easy win. Brian Hernandez Jr. rode the son of Sligo Bay for Susan and Jim Hill and trainer Rusty Arnold. Second was number 1, La Leyenda, and third was number 8, Outside Looking In. Time for a commercial break. Still to come, the Rainbow Six sequence. Don't go away.
And Ghost Zipper is pulling away. Ghost Zipper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Ghost Zipper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D.O.E.
Back now for race number 6 on the program, the start of today's Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six began on turf at 5 furlongs, allowance optional claiming horses of the Florida bred variety. Scratch the 9 and 11. The favorites were 1, I'm Cardinal, and 7, Warrior Rose.
And they're off. From the rail, I'm Cardinal begins well. Up on the outside is Warrior Rose, and the 2 favorites go forward. From Frenchman Street is away racing in third. Very colorful on the outside is now fourth. Back to fifth is Master of the House. Then Nonsuch, gap of 2 to the trailers. Beneficiary, Harry's Gone Gray, and Fast Eddie E. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn, and the 2 favorites wasting no time. As I'm a Cardinal puts a neck on top. Toward the outside, Warrior Rose is there second. Back to third, Frenchman Street. He's getting a good setup behind these top 2. On from fourth is Very Colorful, then Nonsuch with a 1/4 mile left to go. Trying to get out of touch as I'm Cardinal. Wheels for home on top by a neck. Left the rail open for Frenchman Street, who's going to try to kick on from the outside, and Warrior Rose. 1/8 of a mile to go. I'm Cardinal trying to repel the challenges here. Frenchman Street toward the inside, but I'm Cardinal took a licking and kept on ticking, and he's away. winner at 2-1. Very close for second. Either Frenchman Street or Very Colorful. Warrior Rose ran fourth in 56-2.
Owner Rich Averill claimed number 1 I'm Cardinal last year at Tampa Bay Downs for $5,000. Well, that was a pretty shrewd move. Once he put this old veteran of greatness on the turf, he became a completely different horse. He gets the victory here this afternoon under jockey Luis Saez, who notches his 3rd success of the day. This one for Georgina Baxter and Averill Racing Stable. We move now to the 7th race of today's program. The 7th race, the start of the Elite Pick 5 on turf at 1 mile and an 1/8. A field of 9, rider change on 6, Trouble Coffee to Roberto Alvarado Jr. The favorite was number 1, Lovesick Kitten.
From between horses, King Orb begins nicely. Tropical Cognac has speed. Crime Lab moving into forward position. On the far outside and Divide from between horses, Belgrano. Then back to the outside, it's Rulership, a length better than Trouble Coffee, who's 3rd last. Lovesick Kitten is 2nd last of the early trailer, Russian Wine. They chase the speed of King Orb as they run into that first turn from Belgrano, who's racing from 2nd. Divide on the outside is now 3rd from the gray Crime Lab, who's at the rail in 4th. Back to 5th is Rulership ahead of Tropical Cognac. Then comes Trouble Coffee. Unhurried early is Lovesick Kitten, 2nd last under Jose Ortiz. And Russian Wine remains last of the 9 through a 23-2 opening quarter. Pretty spirited early tempo being put up by King Orb and Irad Ortiz Jr. They lead Belgrano by a length. On the outside, Divide is keeping tabs on the top 2, while 2 off the lead 3rd. Crime Lab is now 4th, racing ahead of Trouble Coffee, who's 3 wide and into 5th. Back to 6th is Rulership. Tropical Cognac is 7th. Still 8th, but getting underway is Lovesick Kitten. The trailer is still Russian Wine. 9 horses separated by 8 lengths in the run to the far turn. King Orb still has the lead through a 47-2 half mile. On the outside, and Belgrano is a closer 2nd. Divide is a driven 3rd. Crime Lab on a rebid 4th, and at the inside ahead of Lovesick Kitten, who's made it up to be 5th. 2 back to Russian Wine, then Tropical Cognac with a 1/4 mile left to go. Belgrano on the outside of King Orb for the top. These two better than Lovesick Kitten and Crime Lab. Off the turn on the stretch drive, it's Belgrano who puts a neck on top. King Orb trying to stay on with him 2nd. Lovesick Kitten down the center is 3rd with Crime Lab 4th. Final 1/8 of a mile, it's Belgrano who has the lead. Belgrano from King Orb. It's Belgrano and Luis Saez for a grand slam. 2nd is King Orb. It's closer for 3rd, Lovesick Kitten or Crime Lab at 148-1.
Number 7, Belgrano responds to a very aggressive ride from jockey Luis Saez, notching his 4th winner of the afternoon. It's become the rule rather than the exception. Saez continues to dominate the colony here in South Florida for Secure Investments and Antonio Sano. We move now to the 8th race of the afternoon, the start of today's Elite Pick 4. 8th race at 1 mile over the main track. Maiden claimers in for $35,000. Scratch number 3, Change Direction. A field of 6. The favorite was the 2, Booby Trap.
Slight stumble for Sovereign Warrior, and Tangled Web was off in 1 at the start of the race. Down at the inside, Bears Mafia gets a smooth beginning with Booby Trap alongside. Here's Tangled Web now moving to challenge and take over, and Tangled Web has a clear advantage as they run out of the chute. Booby Trap is their 2nd. Sovereign Warrior is a joint 3rd with Bears Mafia at the inside. Long shots Rags for Britches and Little Rough Justice are last of all. The opening quarter was a strong 23 seconds flat. 5 furlongs left to go. Tangled Web and Paco Lopez with the advantage. Booby Trap is 2nd. Bears Mafia is 3rd. Sovereign Warrior is back to 4th, working 4 ahead of Rags for Britches and Little Rough Justice. They go to the half-mile point, and Tangled Web passes the half-mile with the lead of a 1.25 lengths. Up into 2nd is Booby Trap, back to 3rd, Bears Mafia. These top 3 have now gone 4 ahead of Sovereign Warrior, who's 5 ahead of Rags for Britches, and Little Rough Justice is last. 45-3 for a strong half-mile speed. Tangled Web going to try to bottom him out here. He leads the way a 1.5 lengths. Booby Trap is 2nd. Bears Mafia responding for Luis Saez on the outside and now 3rd. Well clear of Rags for Britches, who's into 4th with a 1/4 mile left to go. Tangled Web has the lead. Rags for Britches is putting in a pretty good run down at the inside after 3/4 and 1:10-4. 4 chances here with an 1/8 mile to go. Booby Trap now on from between horses to put a neck on top. Bears Mafia is their 2nd. Tangled Web is 3rd. Then Rags for Britches. 16th to go. Booby Trap with the lead. It's Mike Maker and Jose Ortiz. It's Booby Trap in front. Close then for 2nd. Tangled Web or Bears Mafia. And Rags for Britches made up a lot of ground to get 4th in 1:38 flat.
Number 2, Booby Trap gets the victory here in today's 8th race under a strong ride from jockey Jose Ortiz for trainer Mike Maker and owners Ken and Sarah Ramsey. Second, number 4, Tangled Web, and third was number 1, Bears Mafia. We turn our attention now to the 9th race of the day, the start of the late pick 3, claimers at 1 mile, in for a price tag of $6,250. Off-time favorite was number 3, Rose M.
And they're off. From the center, Zarabanda, one of the first to break the line. Toward the inside, Little Neck being sent hard with Rose M up between horses, and Rose M has natural early speed and a neck on top. Toward the inside, Little Neck is now second on the outside, and Zarabanda moving forward, far outside in Sweet Abdication. Into the 3-path goes Unrivaled Soul to race about 3 lengths off the lead, followed by Mija Bella third last. Second last is She's No Joke, and the trailer is Casual Caro. Down the backstretch they go, 5 furlongs to run in the race at 99-1. It's Little Neck and Luis Sanchez who have kicked clear to a 4-length lead. Rose M on the chase in second, Unrivaled Soul is third. Sweet Abdication on the outside is now fourth ahead of She's No Joke, who's moved up a couple spots, 5th and 5 lengths off the lead. Mija Bella is next, ridden about 6 lengths off the lead, 3 better than Zarabanda, who calls it a day, and Casual Caro is last. Around the far turn they go. The half mile was 47 seconds flat. Up front, Little Neck confronted now by Rose M as the favorite Rose M makes her bid for the top at the 5/16. Third inside is She's No Joke, driven between horses Unrivaled Soul. Wide on the course in Mija Bella with Sweet Abdication, and a quarter of a mile left to go. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Rose M begins to get away. She's now open to 5-length lead now. She's No Joke is up into second. Down the center, and Mija Bella at the inside in Casual Caro. Final 1/8 of a mile. It's even money. It's Rose M and Misael Jaramillo, and no doubt about it, winner of today's 9th. Rose M for fun. Up second is Mija Bella. She's No Joke third. Casual Caro finished 4th in 1:39 and 1.
Trainer Gilberto Zerpa lethal off the claim. He gets the victory right off the claim with number 3, Rose M, under jockey Misael Jaramillo. Daughter of Big Drama's an easy winner for owners Fred Arias and Gilberto Zerpa. Second, number 7, Mija Bella, ahead of number 5, She's No Joke, who ran third. Time for another commercial break. When we come back, the West Point Thoroughbreds race of the day and the late daily double right after this. Back now for race number 10 on the program. This was the Wednesday feature race at 1 1/8 on turf. Allowance optional claiming runners in for an optional price of $35,000. A field of 11 signed on. Favorites were 6, Hierarchy, and 8, Eluder.
And they're off. Good start outside for Franklin Towers, who heads off for the early lead. Freedom Matters is quickly up to challenge with James Byrne away in third. At the inside, Golden Spear is now 4th, followed 5th by Son of Oahu with Cowboys Hero on his outside. Then the gray Eluder, the favorite, situated about 5.5 lengths off the lead early, racing ahead of Barney Rebel. Then back to Hierarchy, who sets up shop about 8 lengths off the lead. 4 clear of the 2 at the back, Year of the Kitten, and Enough is Enough. Opening quarter 23-1 as they round the first turn. It's Chuck Lopez and Freedom Matters in front by 1.5 lengths. Franklin Towers, the nearest pursuer, second. James Byrne is third. Cowboys Hero moves up to a joint 4th alongside Golden Spear. Son of Oahu between horses. Then back to Eluder, who's in the 3-path and still about 6 lengths behind. At the inside, and Barney Rebel, 2 better than Hierarchy, who's 2.5 in front of Year of the Kitten with Enough is Enough. The 2 back markers begin to close ranks through an opening half mile in 48 seconds flat. Inside half a mile from home as they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Freedom Matters held together up front with Franklin Towers second and James Byrne third. 4 wide and Cowboys Hero Golden Spear awaits a rail opportunity. Then Son of Oahu, Eludair, 3 wide and starting to progress. A length and a half in front of Barney Rebel, then Hierarchy, driven with no response at this point. Year of the Kitten and Enough is Enough at the back as they run for home. Up front, Freedom Matters tackled by Longshot Cowboys Hero. Eludair begins to hit high gear on the outside with Golden Spear into the clear with Son of Oahu. 1/8 of a mile to go. Cowboys Hero has the lead. Eludair shifted ground to the inside. Golden Spear needs to get out from behind him. Then Son of Oahu in deep stretch. It's Eludair in front. Eludair will win it. Very close for second. Either the Longshot Cowboys Hero or Golden Spear with Son of Oahu on the outside in 148 flat.
It's the very talented son of Ghost Zapper, number 8, Eludair, who kicks it into high gear inside that final quarter of a mile, rallying for the score under Hall of Famer Javier Castellano for Jimmy Jerkins and the Centennial Farms. Second, number 11, Cowboys Hero, ahead of number 1, Golden Spear, who ran third. To the 11th and final race now, maiden claimers in for $20,000. Scratch the 9 and 13. Horacio Caramanos rides the 14, Roll On Dude. And runners away. Good start for Snell Flicka from the outside, who goes for the early lead. Moving out the rail, Beekeeper is offensive-minded with a host of pursuers. Up on the outside, King Leo lines up for the lead. Taken back is Down to the Felt, but emerging in the 2-path is Wine at the Beach. So as they charge to the first turn, Beekeeper and Luis Saez bidding for his 5th winner of the day. He has the lead by a length and a half. Wine at the Beach is there second. Up on the outside, that's Snell Flicka joined third. King Leo is 3 wide, and moving out the rail, that's Down to the Felt. They're followed by Allegiance, who's mid-flight for Brian Hernandez Jr. and about 5 lengths off the lead. 2 better than Roll On Dude under Caramanos, about 7 or 8 lengths behind. Then it's back to Hills Down ahead of Tiz Luna the Gray. Wide on the course is Fortune Nickel with Rage Away 3 wide. At the back of the field is Hallucinogenic. They make their way past the opening quarter speed in 22 and 4, and they covered a half mile in 47 and 1. And up front, the leaders go on with it. Beekeeper by a neck. Wine at the Beach, quickening him up early on. He's racing in second. 3 wide. King Leo is a joint third. From between horses, that's Snell Flicka. Down to the Felt is at the inside. Trying to run home as Allegiance, and from last, Hallucinogenics on a big-time roll. He was last early, the gray Hallucinogenic. He's weaving through traffic here as they're at the top of the stretch. Off the turn on the stretch drive, Luis Saez has the lead with Beekeeper by 2. Hallucinogenic down the center, sustaining the rally from the outside and Rage Away. Final 16th of a mile. Here's Hallucinogenic from last to first, and he'll win it. Hallucinogenic and jockey Leonel Reyes to win it by 3 in the end. Up second was Hills Down, then Rage Away, and Beekeeper was 4th in 136 and 4. Big upset to close the program is number 3, Hallucinogenic, rallies from way out of it. In fact, last of all early, goes last to first to win under jockey Leonel Reyes at better than 30 to 1. Gail Woods, the winning owner of this son of Winslow Homer for trainer Michelle Nihei. 4, Hills Down, second ahead of the 5, Rage Away, who ran third. With the upset victory, nobody had the high 5 carryover there of more than $5,000. But even with the upset victory, plenty of winning Rainbow 6 tickets. The Rainbow 6 features the Thursday carryover of more than $480,000.
Good start to the week, some prices, some favorites, and we're back at it here tomorrow afternoon, an 11-race Thursday card that gets underway shortly after 12 noon. Study up. Don't forget to download Saturday's blockbuster Pegasus World Cup card, and we'll see you tomorrow right here on Thoroughbred Action.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired.